Hello and welcome back to the end of another week. We're up in the attic, and I remembered my handy dandy light so I can show you what we've been doing up here. So this is the section above the kitchen where we finally got around to installing our two big shelving units. So we have a lot of storage up here, and then you have to go up this big step, and we have the water heater set up. So basically a while ago it exploded. This little thing exploded from an issue with the water company, where one of their novices like flipped a switch that he wasn't supposed to do, and basically sent high pressure to not only our house, but all the homes around us, and actually in neighboring cities, but we didn't realize that. So we've been working with our insurance to get this all handled, whereas other people have basically been sending their bills to the water company. But all that being said, water heater's up. We have the boards going this way, and then those two boards going the other way, just to give it some more support. We have it in the pan now, and we are going to put a pressure regulator on it to avoid that from happening in the future. And then up in here, we are thinking in the future to kind of not redo, but like kind of do the same sort of flooring through this entire space. And that'll give a little bit more storage should we need it in the future. It's been a while since I've shown the door that we had installed, but yeah, way back when we bought the house, it just had like a little crawl through space. So you can see how they've actually, like the carpenter came out and basically structurally engineered the stuff to make it safe. We did keep some of the old clay bricks. So like up in there, eventually we actually want to put the clay bricks again, because right now it looks kind of funky. And there's a couple of other places, maybe not necessarily in this room, but there's a couple of other places where basically the clay brick is starting to deteriorate or fall apart. So we want to kind of fix that. When we did the water heater, we had to, we changed where it vents out, or where it pees out. So now it goes through the drain, and then it can flush out on that side. And again, like that's another hole that eventually we want to fix up. But yeah, let's check out the house. So in the house, the big announcement is that the display case is in, and we have started to use it. So that is pretty exciting. We did clear out this room to start painting. So I think we've only gotten the first layer of white in there, and then I have started working on this. So I have the underlayment, and I have the first layer of white on here. And just to remind you, we're just gonna leave it white, and then the shelves will be painted brown to match the beams. And then Francis and I actually just finished putting up the appliques, which are kind of hard to see when they're on, but let's see. So yeah, they were kind of a pain because it's an old house, but yeah, we got these like used on the kind of equivalent here of Leboncoin. I mean, we got them used on Leboncoin, which is the equivalent of Craigslist over in the States. So they're old, they're probably from the 80s or something, but they go really well with this being a really old house. And they match the chandelier that will eventually go up there, but we haven't gotten that far yet. what else is happening? Oh, so in this room, I'm doing some decorating. We did pick up new firewood. So originally we were using ash, which I think it's ash. No, it's probably something else. Anyway, originally we were using something else, which burned really well, but almost too well, and it burned really fast. So we're trying oak, which so far we like more. But we had to unfortunately go and actually pick that one up. So the guy didn't deliver. In the kitchen, we have the door to the dishwasher, so that's really cool. If I step back, well, if I step to about there, the kitchen's done. But yeah, we are still waiting for the doors. But it's coming slowly but surely. We're still waiting on electrical in this room, but it's getting there. In the utility room, it's kind of a mess. But I bought like this thing because originally the wine fridge is moved down there, and originally the wine fridge was going to be under here, but then Francis had these shelves which he's not using in his workshop, but there's only 3 of them and it fits perfectly over the wine fridge. So I decided to put the wine fridge there, use the 3 shelves that we have to store stuff, and then I'm actually ordering a cupboard which will slot in there, and that gives me a little bit more cabinet storage. Probably for things like the canned stuff, because I think it makes more sense to be kind of closer to the door. But that's happening. Okay, so out in the carport, we have finally started clearing stuff away. I mentioned we did pick up some more wood, so now we are fully stocked again. But yeah, unfortunately, we had to go somewhere with a truck, pick all the stuff up, dump it here, and I'll put a picture in of what that looked like, and then move it back into where it lives. So that was a lot of work. But other than that, things to come, I don't know what's happening. I know that the priority is trying to get those rooms done. Unfortunately, in using the fireplace, the wallpaper that we put up here started shrinking and pulling away from the wall. So thankfully, when Francis did this, he actually cut the paper at these corners. So we're probably going to have to redo at least the 2 here. But we're thinking about that. He also wants to actually put a trap door here so that we can get behind the insert for service and maintenance, and cleaning it out and things like that. So we may be cutting a hole in this corner thing and then putting a door kind of like what's on the, or what will be on the electrical panel there. And then we'll probably put like a big piece of art over it or something like that just to hide it. But yeah, my projects this week are, I want to finish this, and then we'd like to paint the inside panels here the same white to match that, and then the ceiling up here. So that will be white. And then my other project is over here, which is kind of hard to see. Oh, look, I have the flashlight. The other thing is I've started cleaning the frame. So I will keep doing that, and then I'll tape it off, and then the inside of this door, everything that's white will get an underlayment and then be painted white. And then we still need to figure out what we're going to do with the transition between my room and the tiles there. We are thinking about doing maybe some sort of like wood or parquet, some sort of old thing. But I'm a little concerned about it potentially clashing with the fake wood tiles that I have in my room. But I don't know. I've also started, we probably don't need this flashlight. I've also started my seedlings. So I got my tomatoes going. And then these are actually papaya trees. They didn't do, well, they're not doing that well because I actually wasn't even sure if they would grow. I ate a papaya and then I put the seeds in there and they grew. So we'll see what happens. But in my space, it's still kind of a mess. I have ordered 2 bookcases, which will actually go on top of this buffet. So I think what will happen is that since the 2 bookcases that I bought are matching, I'll probably put those on the sides and then move this one into the middle. But that'll give me a lot more storage. And then, like the child I am, I bought myself a little corner net here for my collection of stuffed animals, which are very important to me and they need to go somewhere. So I've decided that that's kind of a dead space above the rat cage. So the little stuffed animal hammock will hang in that corner with my stuffies. Yeah. So we are bracing for a bunch of rain. So there's probably limited stuff that's going to be happening out in the garden. But we're just, yeah, I think this week leading up to, like, we're having a little kind of housewarming thing on the weekend. So this room is really, we're trying to get that finished and then maybe get the cover put on there. And then we'll probably be as ready as we're going to get for the party, and then keep chipping away from there. So that's it for this week. I hope you had a good one, and I will see you next week. Bye.